Okay, page 3 of 2.6, we're going to get right to it. Actually, probably easier than some of the others we've done. So this says find the zeros of the rational function. In other words, what value of x makes this 0? Well, when is a fraction 0? A fraction is 0 if the numerator is 0. However, we have to check if the numerator happens to be 0, we have to check, does that make the denominator 0 as well? Because then that would not be a point on the graph. So yes, we do need to check the numerator. Okay, numerator, x cubed plus 8 equals 0, x cubed equals negative 8, x equals third root negative 8, x equals negative 2. Now, we could set x squared minus 11 equal to negative 2. So I could say denominator, x squared equals 11, x equals plus or minus square root of 11. Since that's not equal to negative 2, then negative 2 is a 0. So there is our 0 right there. But we have to check, does it make the denominator equal 0? Okay. Now 40, a little bit sneaky, because I'm not trying to make this fraction be 0, I'm trying to make the whole thing be 0. So what I'm interested in is let's go ahead and get common denominators here. I'm going to go 3 times x squared plus 2. Multiply this by x squared plus 2 on x squared plus 2. And minus a negative, that's just plus 12 on x squared plus 2. So let's simplify that. That gives me 3x squared plus 6 plus 12 plus 18 on x squared plus 2. I want to know when it is 0. And it's going to be 0 when the numerator is 0. That's x squared equals negative 18, subtract 18, divide 3, negative 6. And that is no solution. I can't take squared and get a real 0. Yes, we can get imaginary zeros, but we don't have a real 0 here. So this has, what zeros do we have? There are none. Okay. All right. Let's test numerator. X squared minus 8x plus 12. Does that factor? If so, there's factors of 12 that add up to negative 6, or negative 8. Negative 6, negative 2 get the job done for us. If that equals 0, then x equals 6 or 2. Denominator, when is x squared plus 4 equals 0? When x squared equals negative 4, no solution there. Therefore, our zeros are both of those. No hole in this graph. Okay? Suspicious of this one. There might be a hole in this graph. Numerator. If it factors, it's 2x and x. Factors of 10 that add up to 11, 10 and 1. I can get a 10 right here for my outside. If I put a plus 1 there, 2x squared plus 10x plus 1x and plus 5. That gives me x is negative 1/2. Subtract 1, divide 2. And x is negative 5. Let's look at the denominator, hope it factors. Actually, if it doesn't factor, we've got our answer. It can't be either of these if it doesn't factor. So if it does, it's 3x and x. Factors of negative 30 that add up to be 13, 15 and negative 2. It's tempting to say 10 and 3, but 15 and negative 2 because we're going to have one positive, one negative. So I can get a positive 15 right here and a minus 2 right there. 3x squared plus 15x minus 2x minus 10. So x equals 2/3, x equals negative 5. And These both want, or negative 1/2 and negative 5 want to be zeros. However, this is an indication they're not. It's not a zero. It's not a vertical asymptote. It's a hole in the graph. So my only zero is x equals negative 1/2. And that probably is worth checking on calculator. This is a short video. Let's go ahead and do it. On y equals, let's clear this guy. Let's clear this guy. Clear this. Alpha y equals gets me a fraction. 2x squared plus 11x plus 5 on 3x squared plus 13x minus 10. That look good? Graph it. I'm already in Zoom Standard. I'm looking for a 0 at negative 1/2, and it's believable there. And it doesn't look like there's another 0 there. In fact, it looks like we have an asymptote. Where's that asymptote at? That horizontal asymptote is up 2/3. So let's go second calc value negative 0.5, negative 1/2, and sure enough, that's our 0. If I trace from there, that's when we hit 0. The only place is at negative 0.5. Okay. If you want to throw in and check that thought on that horizontal asymptote, I'm going to just come down here and put in 2 divided by 3. And look how that graph's getting sucked right into that line. So there you go. Quick page, and that is the end of 2.6. All of these things that we talked about here are going to give us a big head start into 2.7.